Hey family, so today I got my HomeFi satellite internet. So I was using the T-Mobile, I guess internet, but it only works in town. It doesn't work out there far away in my land, okay? So this HomeFi internet is supposed to be satellite internet that works in even the most rural areas, okay? So we're gonna activate this and I'm gonna go out to my land today and test it out to see if it works. Because if it works, then I don't have to keep coming in town just to work. I can stay out there and work. But yeah, once I get out there, we go find out if it works. All right, you guys. So I set up my HomeFi satellite internet. Of course, it works here in town, but the real test will it work out there? So I just got finished working, and we're getting ready to head out there to see if it works. Setup was super easy. It took about 5 minutes to put it together and to set it up. So I like that. That was really quick. I also like the straightforward pricing. No extra stuff. They tell you upfront how much it's gonna be every month. So I got the 200 gigs. It's $83.50 a month. And I feel like I'm paying that much anyways with my 2 cell phone bills and the internet through Metro. So I'm gonna send that T-Mobile one back, and we're gonna try out this HomeFi. Let's head up to the land and see if it works. To the land. No, let me stop. All right, so we gave the HomeFi a try. We out here. You see? We in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we in the middle of nowhere. I tried it and no internet. So I guess I'm gonna have to send this back because it's basically like the T-Mobile internet that I have. It only works in the city, but it don't work out here. I need something that works out here so I don't have to keep driving to the city just to work. So I guess on to find something else that do work. Good morning, family. I'm out here letting my dogs use the bathroom. About to get ready for work. So God showed me yesterday that when he send you to be a blessing in somebody's life or in a group of people's life and they mishandle you, right? They don't appreciate you. They treat you bad for no reason. He showed me that he will remove you and put you somewhere that'll be even better for you, and you will have more than when you had at your current location or situation, right? And those people will miss out on their blessing. They will, because they failed the test. Sometimes that's why God says treat people how you want to be treated, right? Because when you don't treat people how you want to be treated, you end up failing your test. And when you fail your test, you miss out on your blessing that you have been asking God for. And then you have to wait even longer, right? You have to stay in your prison even longer until you learn, one, how to treat people and learn from your mistakes, right? So my current location, Presidio, Texas, I was told by a person that lived here that Presidio, Texas, The name Presidio means jail. And these people here, they're going to have to stay in their jail a little longer because they don't know how to treat people here. I had the police called on me yesterday for no reason. Just sitting there at the park, letting my dogs, run around and get exercise. And the police came and said somebody complained about me doing nothing but just sitting there talking about I wasn't picking up after my dogs. I mean, what am I supposed to pick up? Like, I didn't leave any trash. Anything that I had, I put it in the trash can. And it was already trash there before I got there. I was livid, y'all. I was upset. I had a whole attitude with the cop. Even though it wasn't his fault, but he got the attitude. And he was so scared. He kept asking me for my license. He said, "You got a license?" I was like, "Duh, I'm driving." I shouldn't have had no attitude with him like that. But I was pissed because ever since I came to this city, this has been happening to me. I just been targeted. And I don't like it. Like, because I'm not bothering nobody. I came here to do what God told me to do. And I'm being targeted for no reason. So I feel like it's time to move on to somewhere else. And not to mention this issue with the gate. And I could have just, did what I was going to do and just, got through that gate because technically it's illegal for him to have it up. But I'm starting to feel like, why fight to be somewhere where you're not wanted? Why fight to be somewhere where you're not wanted, you're not appreciated, and people treat you like trash for no reason? So I'm moving on to something better. It's definitely better in all ways. And being here taught me to let go. Let go of people that don't treat you right and appreciate you. And when you finally let go, God will give you something better. I met a lady here. She complaining about how a guy treating her bad. And while I was with her, God spoke through a person and told her to stop talking to that man and to stop hanging out with this other lady because they wasn't good for her. But she said she can't let them go. And when you're like that, when you choose people over God, God is literally telling you to let go of somebody because they hurt you. And you like, God, I don't want to. I'm going to choose this person over you. Don't be mad when God allowed those people to destroy you. Because you literally said those people was more important to you than God. And I've learned, like, to me, nobody is more important to me than God. Because, like I said, God sees everything, right? He see things you don't see, right? He hear things you don't hear. He hear them conversations, right? He know the plots. He know what people plot behind your back. He know what people saying behind your back, right? So if God telling you to let go of somebody, it's for a reason. It's because they ain't got good intentions for you. And I've learned to let it go. God is not just telling me to let this person go so that I can be lonely and be sad and blah, blah, blah. He's telling me to let them go because he know they're gonna hurt me. They're gonna try to destroy me, and he don't want to see me hurt or destroyed. But people don't see it like that. They be worried about the current. When you walk with God, you can't think about the current. you got to make moves based on the future. That's how God works. He tell you to do things based on what he know the outcome is going to be, not what your current situation is. So I have learned to trust him and to make moves based on the end results and not my current situation. Because sometimes when you go off your current situation, it's very discouraging and it'll make you definitely not want to keep moving forward sometimes. So you just gotta think about the end results. That's every successful person. Look at Abraham. Do you think he would have became the father of all fathers, right? If he would have thought about current situations and not just took a chance, right? Abraham was almost killed twice. Once when he was a baby, and then when he was adult, when his brother died, right? And then like God just all of a sudden told him, after he almost died, God told him to leave and just go somewhere. He didn't even tell him where. How many people would just pick up everything they have and just leave, not knowing where they're supposed to go? Not knowing what will be there when they get there. That's scary. But he did it. And because he did it and trust God, because he looked at the future of what God promised him and not current situation, he was successful and he became the man that everybody talks about. You can't become the person that everybody talks about, that people read about, that people study. They moves living in your current, thinking in your current situation. You got to think past that. You got to keep focused on the promise. So, on to the next, shall we?